Judging others, it's one of the hardest habits to break, right? But here's the thing, it's also one of the most natural instincts we have. It's part of our survival mechanism. We need to make judgment to assess our safety. Is this situation harmful? Could it cause me or others harm? In that sense, some level of judgment is always necessary. We need to do it so we can keep safe. We get that and we understand that, but it needs to be balanced. We can't judge everything, otherwise it takes up a lot of our energy. Judging works against you when it becomes an unhealthy habit where you fixate on the little things that have no real impact on your daily life, but they can have a huge impact on your emotional well-being and your spiritual well-being. Think about it, how often do we judge others over things that are really, well, petty? Why didn't she come over when I invited her? Well, maybe she's exhausted from life, kids and work and just needs some time to chill and some time to herself. Another scenario, why didn't he answer my call? Maybe he's overwhelmed with stress from work and withdrawing is his way of coping with the stressful situation. Another scenario, why didn't she say hello at the function? Well, maybe her anxiety kicked in because of the crowd and she just wasn't in the right mental state to be able to speak to anyone. And another scenario, why was my colleague indifferent towards me today? Maybe she had a huge argument with her husband this morning and she couldn't shake off the stress of that argument yet, and therefore she was not able to talk to you as she normally would. And then why didn't she back me up in that argument? Maybe arguments trigger her, bringing up bad memories from a past relationship that she had. We often do not know why people do the things they do. Humans are complicated. Even we sometimes don't understand why we act the way we do. Have you ever found yourself saying or doing something and then later thinking, why did I say that? Why did I think that? Where you question yourself because you don't really understand where it came from. If we can't fully understand ourselves, our own behavior, how are we supposed to fully understand someone else's? It reminds me of an Islamic saying, if a friend makes a mistake, make 70 excuses for why they've done what they did. If your hearts are unable to do this, then know that the shortcoming is from your end. Let me give you an example in my life where I have tried to apply this principle. I asked a friend to meet me for coffee once at a cafe at 1 p.m. She messaged me saying she was going to be 30 minutes late. Normally, I wouldn't mind waiting 30 minutes at a cafe for a friend, as it gives me time to do other things, maybe read, maybe listen to something, so it gives me time to myself. But I had another commitment at 3:30 p.m. on that day, and my friend knew that. In such a scenario, I could get really irritated and annoyed and even cancel the coffee and say, that's it, I don't want to meet with you anymore. But that would not help with the friendship. It would leave its mark. And I actually valued this friendship. Despite this little hurdle, I valued it. So I started giving her reasons for being late. Maybe there was a family emergency she needed to attend to. Or maybe she lost track of time. We all lose track of time at some point. Maybe she just had another good reason for being late. That's why it's so important to give people the benefit of the doubt. You don't know what someone's going through. You don't know what kind of day they've had. Let me add, this doesn't mean every behavior is okay, but it does mean that we shouldn't overanalyze every situation, every interaction, or take everything personally. What people say to you, how they act around you, it often has more to do with them and what they're dealing with than it does with you. When you stop judging others over these little things, you'll find that the person who benefits the most is you. Your heart feels lighter, your mind feels clearer, and spiritually you'll feel more at peace.